Good evening everyone, I am Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me for this video here, which is an application of a bunch of different trigonometry and or geometry skills that you should be very well aware of. We have a representation here where we have a specific function. You can see the function looks like a sine function because it continues here forever. I am showing you only part of it. But within that part of that function, we have this representation. There's an area triangle ABC. We have to find the area of this triangle ABC. If it is enclosed within this function, f of x is equal to sine 2x with a coefficient 3 sine 2x. We're only looking at this little portion or this domain of the sine function, and how can you go about determining the area of that triangle? Think about if you are stuck over here, what you would do with regards to a triangle. The area of a triangle is always equal to half base and height. Therefore, you must determine the base of that triangle and you must determine the height. If you can do that, then you know the question is solved. We have a base over here from right here to here. We have a height from here to here. Now, think about a sine curve with regards to a function format. You know this format right here. F of x is equal to a sine bx minus c plus d. Well, certainly we have a function over here. There's no translation of any form, so we can even eliminate this portion right here and you don't even have to worry about it. The only thing you're really looking at is what you see right over here. And you know this represents the amplitude, this represents the period. When we have exactly what we're seeing here. Here, based on this specific function, we have 3 sine 2x. We have an amplitude here equal to 3. Always, you know, it's a absolute value. It's never negative. And what else do we have? We have this value here. The period of a sine wave function of this form is always determined as 2 pi over b. And we know this right here is our b value right here. We have 2 pi over 2, which is equal to pi. So this sine function will have a period which is pi. P is equal to pi, the period. What else do you know about a normal sine function? If you look at a normal sine function, it has an x-intercept here at 0, 0. It has an x-intercept here at pi, 0, and then you know you have a 2 pi, 0. These are your x-intercepts, always at these pi degree angles. Everything with regards to pi. Sine of 0 is a 0, sine of pi is a 0, sine of 2 pi is 0. This is a normal sine which has a period of 2 pi. But if you're looking here at everything with regards to pi, to get to a pi, in terms of an x-intercept, because this right here is an x-intercept. The vertex of this triangle and the vertex of this triangle represent the x-intercepts of this sine function. To get to those x-intercepts, you must have generated a value which was 0 over here and a pi over here, and the only way that could have been done was exactly you look at everything over here. You have 2x. 2x is equal to this period pi and x is equal to pi over 2, and that tells you two things. One of which is this: you have one x-intercept which is easily picked out just from looking at it. This is the origin, and the other thing you see right here is your x-intercept pi over 2 0. This right here is pi over 2 0, because this pi over 2 would feed in right here. 2 times pi over 2 would give you that pi, which is exactly the period of this. And the other thing that it tells you by having determined this is now you've determined the base. The base over here of the triangle is represented by 0, 0 and a pi over 2, 0. In terms of the dimension of this base, it's pi over 2 minus 0. So base is equal to pi over 2. Look at the height. The height is equal to your amplitude of this sine function. And you know the height over here is equal to 3. Now we have everything we need to determine the triangle area. And I'm going to bring it out for you right over here. The area of the triangle is equal to half base, which is pi over 2 times height 3. And you know what that's going to be? It'll be 3 pi over 4. That'll be the answer. The area of this specific triangle is 3 pi over 4, and it'll be right. And that right there will bring us to the end of this video. And in just a quick summary, remember we started out with this. We have our amplitude, we have our period. The period gives us the base by means of the work I've shown you, and the amplitude gives us the height by means of the amplitude being coincident and coinciding with the height of this triangle, and everything goes from there. Area equals half base times height. The function over here is only being evaluated here from the domain, and you know what the domain over here is. Its domain is from A to B, which we now have determined to be 0 to pi over 2. That's the domain where you're looking at this sine function. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.